Yo, what's up guys? It's JJricochett back with another mapping video. Today is episode 2 of Alternate Futures of the World. So, today's video, we are going to, today's video, we are going to be, I almost said using, we are going to be looking at the United States' perspective. Oh, almost forgot about the, no. Almost forgot about the flood mode. But yeah, we will. So, since we have filled in Alaska and the United States and Hawaii and Puerto Rico, all that stuff, we will be looking at something that the United States has been talking about for a little bit, and that is the taking of Canada. Oh, what the? Oh. Alright, so the United States will be doing a surprise invasion. Why is this red? I'm just gonna boop. A surprise invasion on Canada. Now, Canada was expecting this a little bit because the United States has been talking about making Canada a state, which doesn't really make sense because it's massive, has provinces. It would need to be made multiple states, but yeah. So, the United States is going to be pushing up through Michigan and through New York to, I think that's New York. Yeah, that's New York. To try to get land from Canada and try to take Canada's major cities. At this point, they have taken Canada's capital, and most of the population of Canada is... One second. Most of the population of Canada is in the southern parts because it's really freaking cold up there. So yeah, the United States will be pushing through Maine, New York, and they will be taking Canada's major cities in the southern part of the United States. Well, southern parts of Canada, near the United States. And they will follow this up by going along the little edge of the United States over here. Why is the water red? And taking this little island right here that I don't know the name of because I'm not Canadian. And yeah, at this point, almost the entirety of Canada's population has been taken. And this will be over the span of like a couple of months, because the United States is really freaking strong. And just now, seeing that Canada is in big trouble, but since NATO did not want to get involved, because it's one of their members against another one of the members. What is going on? Yeah, it's one member against another member. But seeing how Canada is losing extremely badly, NATO will join in the war. Let me just, real quick, put that there so I have the thing. Yeah, but NATO will join the war. Canada will be getting some allies, as NATO will join their side against the United States. The entirety of NATO, that took me like 5 minutes to color all that in, is now into this war. The United States will have a little bit more trouble. But even though they have a little bit more trouble... Whoops, that's not supposed to do that. They'll have a little bit more trouble. Doesn't mean they're not going to keep doing this, since Canada is basically already collapsed and fallen apart because they have almost no population left, since all of their major cities are down in this region. So the United States will have a breeze going through Canada, with Alaska pushing into Canada as well, into the northernmost regions because they're used to the cold. Ooh, yeah, but they will be pushing in, and at this point, Canada has lost basically their entire population, and they just surrender. Yeah. But as this happens, the NATO troops will finally arrive in the Americas and into what was Canada. And 1 second, I still gotta fill all this in. But yeah, they will enter into what was Canada, and they will try to push into Canada a little bit. They will make a naval landing right here. Alright, what's going on? What is going on? They will make a small naval landing and try to push into the U.S. forces that just got finished over here. So there wasn't that many over here. So they make decent progress along the coast of this, whatever this Canadian island is called. And, oh no, the U.S. troops are back. Well, that really sucks. Alright, the U.S. will start invading Greenland now. Yeah. Who would have seen that coming? Yeah, they will put... Oh, what a strong color. They will push into Canada's coast. Denmark is not happy about this at all. They, for one, hate this because this is a oil farm. And yeah.
Still Greenland.
Pretty obvious what was gonna happen. Whoa. No. It's pretty obvious what was gonna happen there. Iceland has no military. And these Norwegian islands don't matter, so they're just gonna get pushed out. I don't know what. This is probably just a random countries. I'll take it. But yeah. Now the US has finally gotten back to mainland Europe. And they will make... That's way too small. They will make a landing, completely capturing the coastal area of Canada. And... why did I just call them... Did I actually just call them Canada? Oh my god. I'm stupid.
Yes, you did.
But yeah, they will capture the coastal area of the United Kingdom. That's the word I'm trying to find out.
You don't even need to listen to this right now.
But yeah, they will capture the coastal area of the UK and go all throughout the top, taking Scotland. Will they take... Oh, whoa. No, I gotta redo this. But yeah, they will flood through the top of Scotland and fully take it. And then they will make another landing in Ireland, take Northern Ireland, and start pushing through their area. Now, at this point, the full NATO force is going to be trying to stop the United States from pushing further into the UK. So, yeah, they will push back from the U.S. troops from Ireland almost fully and start making a little bit of progress in the U.K. before they find out that the United States troops actually were no longer focusing on there and had actually made a landing up in the northern Scandinavian countries? Yes, in Scandinavian countries. and taking most of Norway's top area and Sweden's border. And as soon as they figure out what the United States was doing, it would have been already too late. And yeah, the United States has basically steamrolled through Sweden, Norway, and the top of Denmark. And the rest of Sweden is soon going to meet the same fate. And seeing that NATO is clearly in a losing battle, they will try to sign peace with the United States, which the United States, seeing that they are clearly winning, will not agree to, as they completely take over Ireland again and push further completely taking over the UK. NATO, at this point, is on their knees, begging the United States, basically, to stop attacking them, as they really didn't want to get into this, but they were forced to since Canada invoked Article 5, meaning they were forced to join the war. And the United States, at this point, agrees to peace after taking the coast of the entire western coast of one second. Yeah, they pushed back a little bit until France, and then they agreed to peace, and the United States basically taking over the entire east or west coast of why do I keep saying of Europe? I cannot speak today. Agrees to peace. So these are the new borders for the United States. They have a lot of new land in Europe, including the entirety of Scotland. If I'm missing some parts down here, flame me in the comments, because I don't know the UK. They got almost all of Ireland, including Northern Ireland, which was part of the UK. They got parts of France, Belgium, Germany, and the Netherlands. Flame me in the comments, please. I need it. I need to stop making these mistakes. They got parts of France, parts of the Netherlands, not Belgium, parts of Germany, and parts of Denmark. They got the entirety of Iceland, no longer a country. Entirely of Greenland, no longer a country. Entirety of Canada, no longer a country. They got most of Norway, their entire west coast, and their northern islands. And for all these countries over here that were invaded, surprisingly, none of the land was taken. The U.S. only wanted this stuff. They wanted to get revenge in the U.K. for, just not letting them just leave before. Leave the colonies before. Wrong color. But insisting on them staying a part of the British Empire. So yeah, that's revenge for that. Great Britain. And yeah, they just wanted all this land instead. So yeah, that'll do it for today's video. And if you are wondering about next episodes, I don't have anything planned for the next episodes, but I will be recording them with your guys' suggestions. So if you have any suggestions, leave them in the comments, please. It is really difficult for me to make these videos when I don't have suggestions from others. And sorry, turn my mic off for a second. But yeah, it's really hard for me to make these videos when I don't have suggestions, because I'm not that much of a creative guy. I just, do stuff that makes people happy and funny. Yay. But yeah, if you have any suggestions, I'll clean up these borders after I end the video. If you have any suggestions on where this series should go, leave them in the comments down below, and I will check them out. But the most important part, I hope you've all had a great day. I hope you had a fun time watching this video, and I will see you all next time. JJricochett, out. Yesterday, time I play outro music.